Welcome back. Hybridge and Smile Restorations are dedicated to giving the Western New York community something to smile about. So welcome Dr. David Westmeyer and Jim Lo-Cicero to tell us a little bit about their experience working together. So I'll start with you, Dr. David. Can you tell us about Hybridge and all the services that you have to offer your patients?
Sure, thanks for having us. So at Hybridge, we specialize in full arch dentistry. And what that means is we will, often treat a full arch at a time. But there's also patients that come and they just need one implant or they need a few. And so we kind of gear our treatment based on what the patient needs, and Jim's one of our patients.
That's right. Jim, you are a success story, a patient at Hybridge. So tell us a little bit about your story and how you got your smile back.
Sure. Well, I had terrible dental problems my whole life. It started when I was in grammar school with a lot of fillings and things. And I always went to the dentist regularly, had cleanings and everything, but for some reason I just had a lot of cavities. So by the time I was in my 20s and 30s, most of the fillings were gone, and I had crowns, a lot of crowns. In my 40s, I had crowns with posts. Then in my 50s, I started dropping the crowns, and I started losing teeth, and I had to have something that was going to take care of that. And that's when I met up with Dr. Lamar at Hybridge. And we decided to either change teeth one at a time as you needed them, which was very expensive, or just to take them all at once and get upper and lower arches of the Hybridge. So I went pretty much from eating mashed potatoes, ice cream, pudding, jello, soft foods, and fish, and worrying. The stress level was unbelievable because I never knew, like at work, if a crown was going to fall when I was public speaking.
Right.
I did a lot of speeches in public speaking for work. I went from that to this stress-free, happy, I could smile again, I could eat whatever I wanted again situation where for the last 7 years I've had problem-free teeth that are better than my original teeth. I'm so happy with them, and they've changed my life.
They have.
They have absolutely changed my life.
We really underestimate how much our teeth and our smile has an impact on our health, our ability to present ourselves to the world, and so much more, right?
My self-esteem was at a low point when my teeth were falling out, and now I just have a lot more confidence. Everything is just happy.
We call that the ripple effect, actually.
Yeah.
So when Jim is able to, change his smile, he can walk into a room confidently, but it doesn't just affect Jim, it affects his family, his coworkers, really everybody in his life. And so that's one thing we're super proud of.
Yeah.
So.
And your teeth affect the way you talk,
right,
the way you feel, the way you smile even. And it's been such a big change for me, and it's a good change.
Well, Doctor, I know that you pride yourself on using cutting-edge technology and innovative techniques when providing care. So do you want to tell us more about that?
So when a patient like Jim wants to replace all of their teeth, the very same day that they have the procedure done, we would extract the teeth, the implants would go in, and they'd get a brand new bridge the same day. That's something that's taken a very long time to be able to figure out, and our founders, Jim and Frank Lamar, were kind of at the very beginning of that. At the time, it was much more expensive, and it took way longer. I think your treatment took almost a year to complete, if that's correct. We now can do it in about a month, which is crazy. And so, our patients never go a day without their teeth, but we do that with CT cone beam machines, digital scanners that are all state-of-the-art, and the surgery is always completely guided, which means that we know exactly where the implants are going to go and where the teeth are going to go.
How do you make treatments individualized to each of your patients?
Sure, thank you so much for asking. We are certainly not a place where one thing fits all. So when our patients come in, we kind of evaluate what their goals are, what they would like to accomplish with their teeth, what they're missing and what they want to get back. And everybody is different. So for some people, they might think that they want a Hybridge, but they actually just need a few implants, and we'll absolutely help them to do that. So again, we call that our Pick Our Path program, so that everyone gets exactly what they're looking for and what makes sense for them.
And Jim, as a patient, do you want to talk about your experience with all of the doctors and staff at Hybridge?
From the day I walked in, I never felt like I was one of many. I always felt like I was the only patient in that office. It's amazing how they make you feel that way. But I had a team. I had the same team the whole time. It wasn't like you have a different person every day. And it was absolutely amazing. From the first time I met with Dr. Lamar, he looked at me and he said, "Yeah, you need 4 implants today." But in 5 years, you're going to need 4 or 5 more. And do you want to change them one at a time or all at once?
Right.
My brother went. He had just a lower arch is all he needed. My sister-in-law went. She only needed 4 implants.
You've got the whole family going.
My daughter-in-law went. She needed a couple bridges. You know, so I mean, they do a la carte, whatever you need in your best interests. And even 7 years later, I walk in and I still see the same people. You know, and it's just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I feel like I have all these experts behind me, and everything they do is state of the art. Everything they do is perfectly designed for the patient. And there is no failure. It's only let's get this done, and this is what we need to do. So I felt so confident,
Yeah.
you know, that it was the best decision other than getting married.
Good save, good
Yeah.
save, Jim. Thank you guys so much for coming in, and thank you so much, Jim, for sharing your story. Viewers, if you would like to book an appointment with Hybridge Dental, get your smile back, you can visit their website at hybridgedental.com or call the number right there on your screen. And thanks so much for coming in, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.